Good morning and welcome to Cooley Outdoors. I'm your host, Brandon Scott. I'm back in Washington and I am alone today. Sabrina is going to the Washington State Fair to go see a Beach Boys concert with her parents, so she's not available. And even though it is Labor Day Monday, Nash is working today, which, I mean, go get that money. I was originally supposed to work today too, but then they canceled some boats, so we didn't need me, and it was my turn to get some work reset, so I got today off. So where am I, dummy? I am parked at the big paved parking lot for Franklin Falls, and I am not going to Franklin Falls today. I'm actually going to go up the Denny Creek trail to Malaqua Lake. Now, this is a very popular trail along the I-90 corridor in Snow Pass, and I am very surprised that there is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, only 13 other cars here. This parking lot can hold like 60, 70 cars maybe, and it's not even a quarter of the way full. It is Labor Day Monday. It's only 8 o'clock. There could be people still sleeping in, yada yada yada, but whatever. Anyway, it's supposed to be a nice day. It might be a little hazy. It's Labor Day and we are finally getting some not waterfalls. Wow, I'm gonna go see waterfalls, but we are finally getting some wildfires. Not that that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you know, after last fire season where it was absolutely terrible, it took till Labor Day to actually get some fires because it was so wet and cool for the spring and a lot of the summer. So anyway, that's that. But yeah, this is a very popular trail, especially since I think it's still closed. The trails to Snow Lake and Annette Lake are still closed for a little while longer yet, I believe. So yeah, I'm surprised that there's not many people in the parking lot yet, but I'm sure I'll see lots of people on the way down. Let's go check out some books and go hike. So, being one of the more popular trails in the area, it's going to be in all the books, hiking books for Snoqualmie Pass and Alpine Lakes and yada yada yada. So I just grabbed the one, you know what it is, 100 hikes in Alpine Lakes. If you go grab the 50 hikes around Snoqualmie Pass or whatever it is, it'll be in that too. And I'm sure it's in 100 hikes of Washington. I don't have that book yet just because it's a repetition over a repetition. Denny Creek, Malaqua Lake to Malakwa Outlet. I bet I'm pronouncing that wrong, but that's how it looks like to me now. So, oh well. To the lake is 9 miles, 2,300 feet elevation gain, mid-July through October. And there are 2 fairly large waterfalls along the creek. And there are 2 fairly large cascade areas, which also are pretty good swimming holes. So I'm sure on the way back down, as the day warms up, all the campers will come out of their campground spots and go hang out. But that is Keequilly Falls. So yeah, we're gonna go hike in the sub-alpine and go up to a lake. Let's go check it out. Well, you may be asking, for those of you who might be somewhat in the know, why'd you park at the Franklin Falls trailhead if you're going up the Denny Creek trail? Well, because I tried to go to the Denny Creek trail parking lot, and it appears they will not open the gate to said parking lot, which is strange. So I have to park at Franklin Falls and do this extra little walkie walk. And then you got all these people parked over here, which I'm assuming most of them are going up to Denny Creek also. And they're just too lazy, didn't figure it out. There's a nice paved parking lot over here to hang out in. But anywho, so you gotta do this extra 5 or 10 minutes of walking. As far as I know, this trail isn't closed. I didn't see anything about this trail being closed for maintenance or anything. I know, like I said, I know the trail to Snow Lake and the trail to Annette Lake are still closed, having maintenance, but I don't think this is closed. I mean, all these people go along the road, they could just be parked there to go up to Franklin Falls and just don't care that there's a parking lot and they want to save the 150 feet of walking or whatever. And what else is new is all these one-way traffic signs. When Nash and I were down here to do Franklin Falls last fall or winter or whatever it was, none of that was there. You can go back and forth. So now when we leave, I'll have to continue driving and drive all the way up to the top of Snoqualmie Pass to continue back out to I-90 and go home. But things change when it becomes super popular and super busy. So this is all Handicapped Parking. The Trail of Franklin Falls dips off to the right. We're gonna go straight and go walk up to the parking lot for Denny Creek and then continue on. Alright, so we're at the official trailhead. You may have remembered Nash and I went up this trail a little ways back in that Franklin Falls video to go hunt for a different waterfall, which we were not successful in finding. And I'm assuming they have that gate permanently locked because there's a whole bunch of private residences. You can see one right over there. And I'm sure too many people were getting to the trailhead late, to that parking lot late, not finding a place to park, and they are probably parking in the people's private driveways. Because, you know, people are idiots and they don't care. It's them or the highway. So they just did whatever they want and ruined it for the rest of us. This instance, it's not a huge deal because, again, it's only like an extra 300 feet, 400 feet to walk. But still, people like to ruin things. Yes, I'm hunting for huckleberries. At this low elevation, they're probably already done. Anywho, 9-mile round trip to the Malaqua Lake outlet. I started at, well, let's see here, I officially reached the trailhead a minute or so ago, so we'll call that 8:10 or 8:15. So 4.5 miles, call it an hour and a half, 2 hours, plus stoppage. So stoppage in case I want to take any short videos of the waterfalls. I probably will do that on the way back down when there's theoretically better light, depending on what it looks like when I get up there though. So we'll call it a 10:30 arrival time at the lake if I don't stop for waterfall pictures. And then I've got my fishing gear, I've got my fishing license, so I'm gonna fish the lake and see how it goes. Morning. Yes, texting while hiking. So there are 2 actual waterfalls, Keekwolly and Snowshoe. But before both of those, there are upper and lower Denny Creek Cascades, which flows over the Snoqualmie Batholith. So geology, Natchez Formation, Snoqualmie Batholith is what we'll mostly be seeing. The Natchez Formation is old volcanoclastic and sedimentary deposits. So think of like lahars and river deposits coming off of Mount Rainier, that kind of deal. And our old friend, the Snoqualmie Batholith, the guts of an old volcano. So the very bottom, the magma chamber in an old volcano. And I'm pretty sure all 4 waterfalls, no, Denny Creek Cascades, both upper and lower, go over Snoqualmie Batholith because it creates a whole bunch of slides and pools and stuff, which is supposed to be really popular for swimming, which I may do on the way back down. And then didn't look at the geologic map too closely. I will when we get there though, and see whether or not Keekwolly and Snowshoe are Snoqualmie Batholith or Natchez Formation. There's also the lake itself, and actually the mile, when I think about it, I think the 2 waterfalls are actually all on the eastern melange belt, which is complicated stuff. It's from, pretty sure it's from when Lake Crescent Formation, or the Crescent Formation, which is a whole bunch of island basalt, think Hawaii, came slamming into the Pacific Northwest and then shifted stuff on top of each other on a whole bunch of sheets and just made a crumbly mess of things. And I believe that's what the eastern melange belt is. If it's not, I'm sure there'll be a nice 30-second long caption explaining what it really is.
So yeah, we've got dueling rock types out here, which keeps it exciting. We'll come up pretty shortly to where the trail goes underneath the viaduct, which if you want, again, if you watch that Franklin Falls video, I think I took video of us going underneath that, and then pretty much from there on it'll all be new to me. Welcome to hiking in the Pacific Northwest in late summer / early fall. We still are a little over 2 weeks away from the first day of fall, so yes, it still is technically late summer, but it is Labor Day weekend. It is Labor Day itself, which is considered the last day of summer in Seattle, just like 4th of July or the 5th of July is considered the first day of summer. It is dry, the creeks are low, waterfalls probably will not be all that spectacular, but there's no bugs, and at the moment there is no wildfire haze. So I'll be crossing the bridge over Denny Creek here shortly, see the viaduct, and then I'm sure I'll kill the camera until we start getting to some waterfalls. So I don't think there's all that much else to talk about on this trail, besides the fact that it's super popular waterfalls to swim in. Really pretty lake at the base of Chair Peak. Oh wow, that is super low. So I know I took a long exposure of this creek off of this bridge when Nash and I come up here late fall, early winter to go look at Franklin Falls, and this creek was a lot higher. But I mean, it's September, October, before the fall rains. It's generally the lowest water point of the season. Our highest water is usually most of the winter long, starting in November, and then depending on how cold it gets, it'll drop. Because Nash and I had our lunch there, but depending on how cold it gets, the river fluctuates. Generally, you get a peak in November during the rainstorms, and then in May, June during peak snowmelt. So, but low water also means that rivers are at their calmest and quote-unquote safest. So these swimming holes up in the mountains are at their quote-unquote safest. And I say quote-unquote safest because they're still not going to be completely safe. Still have to know what you're doing. Oh, sorry. You still have to know what you're doing and be safe and be smart. Anywho, there's the viaduct poking out between some massive cedar trees, and I think I'm gonna kill it. Looks like we are coming into an open area. I believe that pointing rock that's currently at the head of what we can see the valley, it's called the Tooth. Again, we're up at the top of Snow Pass. Thousands of people are here all year long. On the other side of that ridge is the Alpental ski area. Back over there is the Summit at Snoqualmie ski area. So pretty much the only time this valley is not filled with people is in the fall when it's raining and snowy and too cruddy to go hiking, but there isn't enough of a snow pack for the skiers to be out. Otherwise, you got gajillions of people in here all the time. So all these peaks are going to be named. You're going to have the Tooth, Chair Peak, Klatinen Peak, a whole bunch of other stuff that I'll have to look at the map and point out. Probably also point out in a long exposure, but that'll come later. Just wanted to show how green it is in here. And there's a good dozen plant species in here, from ferns to alders to fireweeds to flowering plants that have already flowered. And of course you've got the big boy conifer trees, the hemlocks, the spruces, the cedars, the firs, all kinds of good stuff. And yeah, I'm still a bit out of shape. I thought we were gonna get some hiking in done in Yellowstone, but we really just got easy touristy stuff done for Sabrina. So didn't get out and do any big hikes. And it's been a week since then. I put in 60 hours and 4 days on the boat. So yeah, I'm still out of shape, which is why I'm huffing and puffing unnecessarily. I also have a bunch of stuff in my pack that most people wouldn't be carrying, like fishing gear, extra camera gear, foam pad for a comfortable place to sit on. So you know, but I still usually make pretty good time. I'm gonna dive back into the trees here. It sounds like we're gonna get close to the creek again, and before too long we should be approaching Keequollie Falls. So we are coming up to Keequollie Falls. The creek is way the heck down there. It appears we're gonna get a pretty decent view of it. It's, you know, actually busy. Yeah. So there's Keequollie.
In water. Just over there. And you look
Let's go see if we can get a better view. I'm sure we will. Morning.
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 Just look at that. And we got an open scree slope above us, which is part of the reason why the creek is here, or I should say why the waterfall is here. Let's see if I can get a decent drive-by picture. Put it down more. So that's Keequollie Falls. I suppose I could set up for a long exposure on the way back down there. There's a lot of people there. That looks like an absolutely gorgeous spot to go for a dip. Right above, there's a pool right there above the waterfall. I'm sure it'd be amazing. But that's why we had all those switchbacks. We had to get above a 60 or 70 foot waterfall. Oh, all this open scree slope is going to be hotter than hell on the way back down. That's gonna suck. Look at the very top, and there's a pool right in there. I think it'd be pretty sweet to swim in. So yeah, no matter what the season, it's always gonna be something a little poopy. Fall is bad weather. Winter, you're gonna be snowed out of things. Spring, you're still gonna be snowed out of things, possibly. Early summer and midsummer, it's great water conditions, great wildflowers, but all the biting insects are out. And fall, it's great weather. It's gonna be possibly smoky, no bugs, but also very little water. So you just gotta pick and choose what you want to deal with. crazy that it's already Labor Day weekend. Before I know it, it'll be raining and 50 degrees again. Oh well. Yeah. This is just too pretty not to see. I'm sure it's gonna get prettier and prettier. I'll come up to the switchback and look back down the valley. All the sun is behind a cloud. We can get a half decent look back down the valley. Mountain up there and the fog and the dissipating clouds. Look back down the valley. Waterfalls over there and continue on up the trail. What is moving down there? Is that the creek? That might be the creek. So the creek is way the hell down there. Probably a good 200 if not 300 feet below me. Just got done with what felt like an endless amount of small switchbacks because you can't walk by the creek. It's way the heck down there and it's in its own little slot canyon. But in a couple hundred feet we should be coming up to Snowshoe Falls. Morning. And then we'll cross back over the creek again, and we still got something like 1,000 feet to gain to get to Hemlock Pass and then drop down to the lake. Look at all that dew on these huckleberries bushes, and as we gain, that's a big fucking mosquito. I should have killed that. That was dumb. But as we gain elevation, we get back up into the ripening season for these huckleberries. Nom nom nom. I do nasty things for huckleberries. But I hear some boisterous water. Of course it's September, low water, so it's not going to be super boisterous. But I looked on the map, we should be getting close to Snowshoe Falls. The fact that I'm hearing boisterous water means it's probably Snowshoe Falls. I should be able to see it from the trail pretty well. Keyword should. Oh, I'm hearing, you might be able to hear that yourself now, but I'm hearing a big water drop. That's gotta be Snowshoe. Am I not gonna be able to see it? Oh, that's gonna blow. I think it's right there. It appears it's like right there, and there's no good way to see it. Have to backtrack and scramble somewhere. That's poop. That is poop. Oh, that's frustrating. That looks like it had to have been. So now it's gonna flatten out and open up. Yep, that was Snowshoe, and we couldn't see from the trail at all. Ofer. I am Ofer on waterfalls today. That sucks. Well, at least now I know to not expect to be able to see waterfalls, which is funny because on the website they got a good picture of the waterfall, so they must have scrambled somewhere to go see it. So now we're gonna get into a deceptively flat and open portion for what looks to be a good half mile, 3/4 of a mile before we climb up to Hemlock Pass. We are at 3,600 feet and Hemlock is 46, so there's still a good 1,000 feet of switchbacks coming up, which is going to be painful. But I'll complain about that when we get there. This is the other problem with having a cajillion people going on a trail that gets high up in the mountains, is the dirt don't stay put and it's rocky. So if this was a lowland forest trail, it would be wide, it would be soft, it would be dirt covered, there'd be plants growing, holding the dirt together, there'd be moss. But up here at elevation with lots of topography, you're just not gonna have that. It is pretty though. I have found me a huckleberry bush. I am grubbing. Also, there's pikas over on the other side of the creek. And I'm hoping he'd squeak again with the camera rolling, so you can hear him. There he goes. Loud and proud little pika. Come on. Hopefully you could hear that. Probably turn the volume up on that section. But we shall continue. Seeing delays. I told you. I was going to be delayed. Because huckleberries. Nom, nom, nom. A couple of small handfuls of huckleberries aren't the greatest substitute for having actual servings of fruit, but it's not going to hurt nothing. Make sure I don't squish nothing. Huckleberry. I don't want to keep playing hopscotch with this lady and her dog, so I gotta stay ahead of them, otherwise I would have continued eating huckleberries longer there while listening to my favorite animal in the world, the pika, squeak and squirt at me. So hopefully you could hear him on the camera. I'll try to increase volume in the editing so you can hear him if possible. But yes, my main delay this time of year walking on trails are pikas and huckleberries. Nom nom. Oh, there's another good bush right here. Let's grab a couple more. I'm sure this lady is sick and tired of me just barely walking in front of her, so I guess I'll stop grubbing on huckleberries and continue. I can do more of this on the way down. So that up there is Hemlock Pass. That's a good view head of the valley. It's actually pretty good shot. Bunch of open scree slopes over there. Lots of pikas hiding in there, I'm sure. Would love to hear some more pikas and possibly see one up close, but you have to get quite lucky to have that happen. Ooh, that breeze is wonderful. went down valley where we came from. Scree slopes. I've heard a bit of pika chatter. Trail comes up and Hemlock Pass is that way. So yeah, probably won't be the last time I come up here. I'm sure once this video goes up, Nash should be like, dude, why didn't you wait for me? So I'll come up here with him earlier in the summer, hopefully when the creeks are running a bit higher and the flowers are out. And then, yeah, I think I'm still gonna bring less experienced hiking friends up here too. Oh, it's just so pretty. And it's nice that there's clouds. The clouds are supposed to burn off eventually, but I mean, I'll take them. Keeps the sun away, keeps the heat down, keeps the glare down. And if that breeze would pick back up, would be even better. Actually, at 4,000 feet, we've gained 500 feet. On the map, it shows there's a bunch of switchbacks. And on here, there ain't none. But I'm sure as we approach the head wall of Denny Creek, we'll get into some spicy switchback action. After much huffing and puffing, because I'm out of shape, lots of switchbacks, I believe I am finally going to reach Hemlock Pass and drop down into the lake. In the last couple hundred feet, there's been a whole bunch of large birds. I think they're orioles or meadowlarks. I don't think they're quite. Anywho, as I was saying, orioles have been flying around. Either orioles or meadowlarks, but I believe, yep, we're going downhill. So this is Hemlock Pass, and I'm going to be dropping down for the final push into Malaqua Lake, which is one of the headwaters for the Pratt River. This is the final push. And it's supposed to be a really pretty lake looking up in the mountains. And ooh, on this side of the divide, it is much wetter and much cooler. Whew, I might have to put my sleeves back on. All that sweat is evaporating real quick. Ooh, that's chilly. If it stays like this, I might not actually be getting into the lake. I don't know, we'll see. Ooh, new rock-lined, dirt-filled trail. More banging noises means there's a trail crew in here. Tax dollars at work. It's actually Washington Trail Association, so I'm not sure. I don't think it's federal. Well, I know Washington Trail Association, obviously it's state, but I don't know where their money comes from exactly. I'll have to look it up. Out here improving the trails, working on the trails. Morning. Morning. I bet they've been up here since you can see the work they're doing to improve the trail. I bet they've been up here since first light. Get as much of their work done during the before the middle of the day when it's nice and cool still. Hence why they're all in sleeves. Take a break during the middle of the day, and it probably works some more after the heat of the day into the evening. But that was a job I wanted to do in high school and in college. Never got the opportunity to. So just imagine having to do this 4-mile, 2,500 foot uphill hike and then go to work. It's certainly not for everybody, but for the people that do, we are all should be grateful to you for keeping these trails in usable conditions and not them being a nightmare. How much further down do I gotta drop to get to the lake? Good Lord. Hope I didn't miss the turn. What the heck is going on? I didn't see any trail break. Here we go. See, that's what I thought. It's like we're getting quite low, and the map shows me to be below the elevation of Malaqua Lake. So Malaqua Lake is that way. Denny Creek trailhead is behind us, and turning down and to the left is the upper portion of the Pratt River Trail. Yes? Sucho, whatever. Sucho So Hachi. I'm not gonna hurt myself over that. AKA, it'll take you to Pratt Lake, and I think the Pratt River Trail too, which I'll put up Pratt Lake there, because I went there about a month and a half ago. And then I've also done the lower portion of the Pratt River in the middle of winter, and I'll put that, let's try that again, there. But now, oh hell yeah, we are arriving at Malaqua Lake. And which direction do I want to go? Let's look at the map. So the main trail goes that direction. That's a campsite right behind me that I just looked at. But there's a trail that goes around both sides, and there's bathrooms. There's pit toilets. There's a bathroom there. I saw a sign somewhere. But this is Malaqua Lake. Let's go find ourselves a spot to hang out. There is this trail. Come back this direction. There is trail going that way, I believe. Really gotta walk over this log, or can I walk over there? I don't know. Let's go find out. The map is only so helpful when there's gajillions of people beating a trail into places. This is Malaqua Lake. Oh, damn, this is pretty. This is absolutely stinking gorgeous. So I'm gonna go find myself a spot to hang out. Take a picture. So I think I'm gonna go across the log jam and go see what's over there. I'll stick my nose around this corner first, because the upper lake is over there. But let's go stick our nose over here. Ooh, I don't know. This deep pool kind of stuff over here. This is kind of freaking sweet. Person there. So I think there's a person over there too. He thinks he's gonna go sit over here. I mean, it should only take me 10 minutes to walk around the lake. Anyway. So let's go find ourselves a spot. Oh, that's a spot there. So I'm going to want to end up over there, I think. Yeah, because looking up towards, yeah. Pup made it down this just fine, huh?
Oh yeah.
That's good.
It makes it easier than I do. Something besides that, man.
That just seems to be how it works. Yes, the main trail went to the left. I went to the right. Why? Because I'm dumb. But this looks like a pretty frickin' sweet spot. This lake looks absolutely amazing. Let's go find ourselves a place to hang out. Set up a camera. I think this will work pretty well for a camera spot, don't you think? Now I'll go sit on the rocks over there. Holy crap. Good Lord. Wow. Where has this been all my life? Right here. Alright, I'm gonna go set up a long exposure right here. Then I'm gonna go sit there or there, or maybe even up here and enjoy the lake for a little bit. But wow. So just kidding, I was gonna take a long exposure from over there, but now the other GoPro is right there. I'm sitting where this massive Douglas fir rotten log snapped in half, plenty big enough for me to sit on. And now I'm sitting here. This is pretty much the perfect spot. I'd like to go sit over there, but A, there's people over there, so I'm not going to. The only problem with this spot is that the wind is coming directly at me, so there's going to be a lot of wind noise on the GoPro, and it's going to keep me pretty cold until the sun comes out. But I believe that is Chair Peak. Upper Malaqua Lake is over there, which I will probably go see after a while. There's camp spots all around the lake. There's some over on the little point, obviously. And I'm just gonna hang out here for a couple hours, have lunch, drink some water, maybe fish. There's a guy over there trying to fish, but who knows? I haven't seen a single fish rise, but there could be fish here. Probably go stand on that point over there and cast out and see if there's anything else to come up from the depths. If the clouds were to go away and the sun were to come out, I'd go swimming. But this is definitely a spot I'll have to come back to a couple of times with friends, especially Nash at the minimum, because he's going to be kind of upset on the spaghetti that I didn't bring him here. But oh well, snooze lose. This is just too pretty. Bet the upper lake is even cooler. We'll go check that out in a bit. Do it again. There's a pika right there. I scared him earlier when I first set up the GoPro, but he's come back out and he's noticed me. See if I can get a picture of him. Oh no, he's moving. Oh, yes. Oh, he moved again. There he goes. He might come back eventually. But yes, you don't understand how happy that makes me to get pika noises on camera and to see them. Pika is my favorite animal. Favorite animal. That's definitely going to be a thing I get a tattoo of this winter. If my body likes tattoos, because you know I have bad eczema, so we'll start small, get a couple of my favorite fishing flies on the inside of my forearm, see how my skin likes that, and then go bigger from there. Eventually I'll get the active Cascade volcanoes in Washington on my back, pica and some other things. But first, you gotta start out small and see what your skin decides about it. But oh, come back, you little fluffy bastard. Please. Oh, that was so good though. That was so good though. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. With how pretty this water is, I brought the float and I brought string, so eventually this camera's going in the water. Even if I'm not going in the water, eventually this camera will. I got like 30 feet of paracord. I can tie it off to a rock, put the float on, set the camera in the water, and let her record and hope it faces the right direction. Yes. Super happy. And of course it's stinking gorgeous, and that's all being picked up on the GoPro. Wipe it off here. Well, YouTube, I may have just tried to get greedy and ruined a good thing. I did put this GoPro in the water for some underwater shot action. I'll post that video there. And it was in a pretty good spot. Actually, it was looking mostly out into the lake. No string was in the way. It was probably getting a damn good shot. But I saw the sun was coming out and creeping over the lake, and I wanted to get some sun angles into the lake. So I reeled the camera in, adjusted the string on the floaty, and threw it back in. And that's when the pain started. Now I could be wrong, I haven't looked at the footage yet, but it appeared to be pretty much facing everywhere but the way I wanted it to face, and half the time looking back either directly at me standing on the rocks or looking directly at the string. So for a good, oh, what time is it? 15 or 20 minutes? Yeah, it's 12:30. So for a good 20 plus minutes, I was reeling in the camera, adjusting the string, and throwing it back into the lake. And it seemed like every single time, no matter where I had the string adjusted onto it, it would point right back at me or look at its own string, and it wouldn't look into the sun coming sideways into the lake for that perfect money shot. So a lesson learned: when things are going good, be patient and let them continue to go good. Because I got impatient, I didn't think about it. The sun was going to continue pretty much in the exact path I thought it was going to. And if I would have waited for those 15 or 20 minutes, instead of dorking around with it, those sun rays I wanted so badly would become fully in the original picture where I tossed the camera the first time. Instead, I had about 80% goodness, and I tried to get to 100% goodness, and instead I went down to like 30% goodness. Now, I could be wrong, and the shots, the underwater shots of me constantly adjusting, they might have actually been pretty good. Don't know yet. I'm sure I'll leave a caption while I'm talking about it to say whether or not it is good or not. But I know for a fact I could see where the camera was pointing from that first toss into the lake and where it had stopped and was sitting stationary. If I would have just left it be and not tried to readjust it, it would have been pretty bleeping great. So sometimes if you got a good feeling, just don't fuck with it. Let it be, let it roll. So now I'm gonna go up to upper Malaqua Lake, which is literally right over there. I'll let the camera roll while I go. I'll go hang out there. I might try for another short underwater shot there. I might try for another longer exposure. It's only about 12:30. It is Labor Day though, so if I don't make it back to Rex by like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I'm going to be stuck in traffic, and that's going to suck. I'll come down here, I'll cross over the outlet, go head up to upper Malaqua. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but we shall see. Past the outlet, it eventually goes and joins in with the Pratt River. This might actually be the headwaters of the Pratt River. No, it comes out of Pratt Lake. You knew that. You went to Pratt Lake a month or two ago. You know that. God dang, that's pretty water. Look at how deep it gets out there. Where it goes from that greeny blue to that really deep green blue, that jade color. That's where the shelf drops off. So let's go this direction. Go check out the upper lake. See if I can find a good spot for some more long exposures. But pardon my language, but holy shit, I didn't come this way yet. Holy shit. Yeah, see, I want to throw in, I might throw in here on the way back, go down to the lake's edge over here and toss it in and see what I can get, because that's gorgeous. And it's probably, you can see down into that log down there, is probably still 25 feet deep or so. Holy crap. This is what you get out and go hiking for. This kind of stuff right here. Yeah, and my section of the lake that I was sitting in is going to be the only spot that's not going to get full sun. Oh well, I liked my spot. Yeah, and then the breeze picks up. It's like, the breeze is coming at me from there, but now it's going to come this direction. It's like, what the hell? Mother Nature, pick a damn wind direction and stick with it so I can get some damn shots. I'm a simple man. When I leave my camera angles up to chance, I'd like them to work, please. That would be ideal. Another log sticking in the water over there. You could probably swim to. Actually, I could probably swim to. On the one hand, I really want to go swim now that I'm on this side of the lake and it's nice and sunny and the clouds have burnt off. But on the other hand, I kind of want to save it. Kind of want to save it for when Nash and I get here and bring friends. But good lord, this is pretty. Let's continue moving. Hop and a skip and a jump and a rock go boom. Hopefully not while I'm standing on it, at least. If it wasn't Labor Day, also, I've been boogied into working all night tonight, so if it wasn't Labor Day and I wasn't working tonight, I would hang out here for a longer time and take more video until I completely ran out of battery on everything. But it is not to be. Oh, that's so pretty though. Thank you.
You going?
Doing good. Yourself?
All right, good luck. Hope you get some lunch.
Next time. Next time, next time, next time. Go ahead.
Oh, you can have
Okay. Thank you. Let's go see Upper Lake. Holy shit. Yeah, this is nice. Sun comes out and it's gorgeous. Completely different on this side. That would be a nice spot to hang out at. Next time when Ash and I come here, we may swim at that end, or we may come swim at this end. I don't know. Let's go see the Upper Lake. See what it's all about. What it's all about. Gotta go around this inlet. Yeah, let's not blow an ankle out. Don't get too distracted. That's a good swimming spot in there too. Let's go around. Oh yeah, the Upper Lake is literally right there. And it just looks like it sits in a rock cirque, which is cool. It's literally less than 100 feet and of distance and about 6 feet of elevation separating the two lakes. I don't need to go all the way around the main lake. Let's go up to the Upper Lake and see what it looks like. See if we can't find ourselves a decent spot to hang out in. But it's literally just a rock cirque, it looks like. There's a big rock over there to go sit on. Let's go get a overall view of the lake. A bunch of camping opportunities there. So there's a big rock there. There's a big rock there. But this is the Upper Lake. This is Upper Malaqua. Just a little pond. Is this really Upper Malaqua? I thought there was a little more distance in between the two. Let's check me map. Me map says I need to scroll over more. Me map says yes, this is Upper Malaqua. This is it. Well, I don't think I need to spend any time hanging out. That rock looks like it might have, no, it's too shallow, I can see. I say that big rock over there looks like it might have potential for jumping off of. But I can see this is a very shallow little tarn tucked in the rock. It's very pretty. But that sound must be reverberating off the campsite up there and bouncing off the wall and coming at me. Okay, I guess not. Well, do I go back to the main lake and go sit on that point and take a long exposure from that point? Throw my line in and see, throw the camera in and see what I get? I think so. I think that's it. Let's go do that. Well, this is when life comes in and bites you in the ass. I've got to go work. I need to be home for a couple hours to not only take stuff off of the cameras and put on a computer, but to maybe catch some sleep. And it's Labor Day, which means I gotta fight traffic. The longer I sit here, the later I get back to Rex, the more likely there's gonna be terrible amounts of traffic on Highway 18. There probably already is. It's gonna take me probably 2+ hours to get back down to Rex, depending on if I stop and try to get any long exposures of the waterfalls or the Cascades. It's almost 1 o'clock now, so at best it's gonna take me till 3 o'clock to get back to Rex. And if there's no traffic, I'll get home at like 4. But if there's traffic, it's probably gonna be like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Then we have to leave my house by like 8:30 at the latest to go to work, and I'm gonna be out probably all night into the morning, and then have to go go for a practice drive for my CDL test. So I really don't want to, because this is just too pretty. If I had no responsibilities tonight, if I wasn't going to work tonight, I'd stay here for another 3 hours probably, and I would attempt to get in more long exposures. But life gets in the way, so I think I'm going to go ahead back down. But hopefully there's enough convincing footage here. I mean, I know there's enough convincing footage here to come back. I want to come back, especially with Nash at the very minimum, so we can swim and have a day of enjoying it. But I'll have to try again for underwater shot, because I think that one's gonna suck. It may not, and they may be mopey and complaining about nothing. But also, I was over there and the wind was blowing in my face, but now I'm over here and now the wind's blowing in my face this direction too, so I don't even think I'm going to try anymore. I'm going to head down and go to Rex and see if I can. But like, you can swim out to that rock. This is a deep pool in here. That's a deep pool in there. You can swim up to that stick. You can swim up to the other stick over there by where I was hanging out. Plenty of swimming opportunities. I know when Nash sees this, he's going to want me to bring him back here. And it's going to rocket up his list of things to do. He said, "Will you take me here?" But it seems like that's with almost every place I go. It's like, damn, why did it take us so long to get here? Because life gets in the way. So let's begin to head back. I'll stop moping and complaining. Check how much that is. And this camera, this is facing 30%, so I got 15-20 minutes. Howdy. Got 35%. So I've got just under 20 minutes of video on this battery, and then so I'll have to get my outro in. Oh, sorry.
No worries.
So I think I'm gonna kill this until I get to waterfalls, or if there's something I absolutely need to take video of to save battery. I go up 100 feet to Hemlock Pass and then drop back down to Rex. I understand now.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Not that many people I've seen made it to the lake today. I'm sure the parking lot for Franklin Falls is full though. Oh well. Of course the sun decides to fully come out when I'm low on battery and low on time. So lots of good footage to take going back this direction, I'm sure. And I'm not gonna have the battery for it. So I'm gonna have to pick and choose. Great. Well, with the sun in a different position, aka directly in front of the waterfalls instead of at a funny morning angle in the clouds, you can get a much better view of the waterfall. So I stopped and took about a 20-minute long exposure. While I was doing that, I let the battery charge on this thing some, so that gives me about another 20 minutes of battery life. Hopefully I don't use it all weathering about who knows what. But I attempted to investigate Snowshoe Falls a little bit more. You really can't see much of anything of it from the trail, and it appears you have to take the side trail from up top down to where those people are to get up above Keekwoli Falls, and then you gotta walk up the slot canyon the good 3/4 of a mile or whatever it is, half mile, 3/4 of a mile between the waterfalls to get to the base of Snowshoe. So that'll be something Nash and I do at a later date. So now, screw it, I'll let this run for a bit. This might be an unnecessarily long video, but this might be the last good weather summer hiking video I get, because next weekend other people have the weekend off, so I don't think I'll be able to escape from boat stuff and go do anything. Although I am going to go to great grandma's 104th birthday, and the further we get along towards fall and into September and towards October, the less and less likely it's going to stay dry. I mean, September, usually the weather behaves for most of the month. Get into October, it's October. The further you get into October, the more hit or miss it gets. Some days you'll get a 65-degree sunny day, and you'll be able to go out and go hike and get stupidly pretty fall colors. And then it could rain for 4 days or the entire weekend, and you're skunked. So, depending on work and depending on weather, this may be the last summer hike Coulee Outdoors gets for 2022. But hopefully this isn't the last summer hike. Hopefully this isn't the last new thing on Coulee Outdoors before I go to Montana. And hopefully go have some time to do some things and go do a thing or two in Montana. But if it is, hope you enjoyed this summer's adventures with me, guys. Do I want to sign off yet? I don't know. How far away am I? I hike. Oh, I'm coming up to Denny Cascades. Yeah, actually, I might want to, because I'm not going to stop and get the long exposure to Denny Cascades either, because I'm on a frickin' time crunch. Urgh. So yeah, screw it. End of summer rant over with. Hope this showed just another reason why you need to get out, go explore not only the Alpine Lakes, Wilderness, Washington, just go explore Washington. Ooh, actually, that's what we could go do. You know, if in October we could go out east when it finally cools off in the desert and go walk some of that. But yeah, see, I'm down at the Denny Cascades, which I was going to take long exposures of. Guess not. That'll just have to save for another time. Yet another reason to come back, I guess. Silver lining on things. Yet another reason to come back. So, yeah. If you're new here, please like the video if you liked it. Subscribe. Leave a comment. Liking and commenting helps with the algorithm, helps me get to more people. Especially if you didn't like it, please tell me why in the comments down below, what you didn't like about it. Hopefully there'll be more adventures coming up as summer ends and we go into fall, whether it's in the Cascades fighting the weather. Hopefully gonna go up in the North Cascades and go see some larches and stuff as the fall colors come out. Hopefully might also go out to the desert in eastern Washington, central and eastern Washington, as it cools off and it's not a billion degrees out there anymore. And hopefully there'll be a lot more snowshoeing and skiing videos this winter, but let's just take it one day and 1 week at a time. I've been your host, Brandon Scott. I'll talk to you next time. See you later. And yeah, there's way too many people here. We're not going to do anything here. See you later, and ciao.